Okay, welcome back to another double stitch creations tutorial. We're working on Saltie the Crocodile Pencil Topper. This is tutorial number 3. So if you haven't seen the previous tutorials, please go back and watch them first, and I will put a link in the description to all those tutorials. Today we're going to be working on his tail and his arms and his spikes, and hopefully finishing off our little croc. So let's get started. Okay, to make a slip knot, we're working on the tail of Saltie the Croc. We're going to make a slip knot. So leave your tail, wrap around your finger twice, grab the back loop, pull over the first loop, get your tail and wrap it in front of the loop that's still on your finger. Once again, grab the back loop and pull it over the first loop. Now you've got a slip knot that you can pull tight or loosen when needed, and just make sure it's not too tight, and then you can slide it up and down your crochet hook. Okay, and remember to hold your yarn. I just get my pinky and hook it on the yarn here. I turn my hand over and I put my pointer here, and then I get my index finger and my thumb and I grab my work here near the crochet hook. Okay, we're going to chain 2. So yarn over or under the yarn, pull that yarn back through the loop that's on your hook, then yarn over and pull that loop back through the loop that is on your hook. And now you've got 2 chains, and we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So remember, here's our hook. This is the first, and we're going to go into the second, but near where the tails starts. And if you want, you can just pull this out a little bit so you can see where to put your stitches. So we're going to put 4 single crochets into that chain where we made the hole bigger. I'm going to go into the chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then into the chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then pull through both loops. Okay, and we're going to do 2 more. And 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to be putting 2 single crochets into the first stitch. So we're on round 2 now. So into this, you're looking for the front loop and the back loop. You want to put your hook under there. All right. So insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 1 single crochet. We now want to do 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So doing another one into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. And we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And then 2 single crochets into the stitch after that. So it is small, this is small and a little bit fiddly to work with. So just 2 into this stitch, and then 1 into the next, and you should find that you'll have 6 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now at this point I'm going to weave in this end. Usually I don't do it so soon, but it's only going to get tighter, so we want to do it now. Let's get your tapestry hook and just weave it in and out of your work, pull it tight and weave it in and out, just to secure the base of the tail. Alright, and once you think it's secure enough, you can trim it. Whoops. And now we're going to do one round, so round 3. Please read the pattern, not try to remember it. So round 3 is 2 single crochets into the next stitch, well, the first stitch of the round. So 1 and then 2, and then 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet into this stitch, and 1 into this next stitch, and then we're going to do another 2 because we're repeating that stitch combination till we get to 8 stitches. So we're putting 2 here, 2 into this stitch, and you'll see that your tail will start to take shape. And then 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and we should find that we have 8 stitches. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, round 4 to 6 is 1 single crochet around for 8 stitches 3 times. So you want to do that, go 1 single crochet around and do that for 3 rounds, and I will get back to you when we're at the end of row 6. Okay, just did round 6 for the tail. You can see it's starting to take shape. And now what you want to do is cut yarn, leaving a long enough piece to attach the body of your crop. Just grab your yarn and pull it all the way through that loop on your hook, just like this. Now you want your tapestry needle, and you want to attach it to your body, just at the back of your body. And again, it's the same as attaching the head. It's the same as attaching the head to the body. You're just going to weave in and out. So going into the body, into the last round of the tail. I don't stuff the tail. I just leave it as is. It's just, I feel like it didn't need it, but you can certainly add a little bit of hobby fill if you want to. Okay, into the body. And into the tail, and just keep going all the way around, and I do it twice as well, just like I did with the head. And just keep checking that you've got it in the place that you want it. Okay, keep going all the way around, and I do it twice. So into the body, into the tail, into the body, into the tail, all the way around, and do it twice to make it secure, and I will get back to you to finish off the tail. Okay, once you've got around twice on your tail and it's nice and secure, you just knot it off, and again we do the 3 knots as always. Well, all personal preference, that's just how I've always worked, especially on my toys, because I like all the parts to not come off. Okay, pull it tight, and once you've done the 3 knots, you're just going to weave it in and out of the body, your end, just in and out until you feel like it's tucked away and secure as always. Then you're going to trim it close to the body so you can't see it. Okay, and there we have our croc. Okay, now we're going to work on the spikes. I just did the spikes on the back of the body on the pencil toppers because he's small and I didn't think the head needed it, but you can always add them to the head. But today we're just going to do the back of the body and the tail. Okay, so we're going to start here at the neck, at the back of the neck. Just put your hook into one of the stitches of the body, get your piece of yarn, and now you're going to pull that back through the body. Then, okay, how I do this, let me start again. So into the body, at the back of the neck, there's my hook. Okay, and now you get your yarn. And I just make a bit of a loop, leaving a tail as always. And I put it on the hook. And then I just pull that loop back through the body. And now what I do is I get the tail of my yarn and I just pull it back through the loop that's on my hook. Pull it all the way through just to secure it. We'll knot it off later, and now you can pull it tight. Okay. So this is a little bit fiddly, so you just have to persevere, but you don't even have to do them if you don't want to. It's just completely optional. So we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to do what's called a half double this time. It's a little bit bigger than the single crochet. So what you do is you yarn over first, and then we're going into the body, and I'm going to put it close to that chain stitch because I want the bumps to be close together. So into the body, just pick up a stitch of the body, then yarn over, pull that loop back through. It is really fiddly, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You can just skip ahead to the arms. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. And now you're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch on the body. Just accidentally pulled out one of my threads and it doesn't matter, I'm just going to snip it off. So you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch of the body. The closer you do it, the tighter your bumps will be. But you could do it further apart if you want bigger bumps, wider bumps. So to do a slip stitch, which is different from our slip knot, you go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you've got 2 loops on your hook, but this time we're going to just pull this first loop. This first loop is going to go through here to the back loop. So you're just going to pull the first loop through the back loop. That's a slip stitch, and you'll see we've got our first bump there for the crocodile. And now we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. We're going to do another half double, so yarn over into the body, and I'm just going to try to be close to that chain. I'm also trying to do it in a rough straight line. It doesn't have to be. Then you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Once again, we're going to slip stitch. Now we're starting to get into the tail. So I'm just going to slip stitch into the tail. It doesn't really matter where you put this. So what I'm trying to do is do bumps on this side and then bumps on this side. But you could just do 1 row of bumps straight down the middle if you wanted. Okay. Now chain 2. 1, 2, another half double, yarn over. This time I'm going into the tail, close to that chain stitch. It just takes a little bit of patience. then yarn over and through all 3 loops on your hook. Now we're going to go into the body, into the tail to do a slip stitch. So yarn over, pull the back loop through the front. Pull the first loop through the back loop. Chain 2, and just keep repeating until you've got all the bumps that you want. Okay, I'm going to turn in a minute and go the other side of the tail. So yarn over, pull through all 3. I'm going to slip stitch, and what I might do is I'm going to slip stitch here at the end and then turn. So into the tail. Like everyone's will come out differently, and that's okay. It just gives them personality. Slip stitch, so pulling this front loop through to the back loop, through the back loop. Now we're turning. We're going to go up this side of our tail. So chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over into the tail, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, and pull through all 3. And then slip stitch. And then pulling the front loop through to the back. Just, can you see the bumps happening here? Just adding a little feature to our crop, but like I said, you don't have to do it. It's completely optional. So chain 2, yarn over into the body, tail, sorry, I'm still on the tail, yarn over, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, then we're going to slip stitch. This time now I am into the body. Sometimes it's a little hard to get your hook into the where you need it to go. Alright, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, we're doing half double into the body, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Oh, I might redo that half double because I want it close so the bumps look closer together. As you can see, it's a little trial and error, and that's okay. I am having, because of the way I did my, right, there we go. Alright, slips, it's a slip stitch now. Nearly done. So chain 2, into the body, definitely takes patience, and this probably is the hardest bit of the whole croc. Oops, I've missed it. And slip stitch, and can I fit one more in here? Maybe, possibly. Let's try. Sorry, this is a tricky process. Okay. I think I might leave it there. Alright, so trim your yarn, cut your yarn now. And then just pull that yarn all the way through the loop. Alright, and see the bumps to make the feature of the crocodile. Alright, what you want to do is, just to make this easier, I get one side of the tail, one of the tails, and I just weave it through to the other side, and then I tie these two together. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to just weave in these ends. Nearly done. Up to the arms, the legs. Okay, now just trim that close to the body. And there we go. There's Saltie's his tails on. He's got his spikes, and now he just needs his arms, or legs, so that he can hold on to the pencil. So to do that, we are going to attach our arms from row 6, counting from the bottom, to slightly to the side. So on this side, you could change it if you wanted a different look, if you wanted him to look a certain way, but I usually do it to the side. So we're counting from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put my hook about here. Right, so put it into the body like this, and then get your yarn and attach it. So leaving a tail, you're going to just pull that loop back through the body and getting the end. This is how I attach my yarn. I just pull this tail all the way through and then put my hook back through that loop, and then you can pull it tight. And now we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to skip 4 stitches in front of the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to attach it on this side. You want it to be even, so you might have to go over 1. So you might need to skip 5, which that's what I'm going to do. And bear in mind, you may need to add more chains or do less. Just depends on the size of your pencil. They will stretch. Okay, so now to attach it to this side, you go into the body, and then you pull your yarn over and pull a loop back through the body. So 2 loops on your hook, and then just yarn over and pull it tight. Now just turn, and this time we're going to crochet under the chain. Alright, so we're crocheting under this arms here, and we're going to put 8 single crochets around the chain. So under the chain, yarn over, pull that yarn back through the chain, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both, and just repeat that 7 more times. So under the chain, doing single crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, so done 6, now 7 and 8. And just in where we started, we're going to put our hook into the body of the same stitch that we started, where we attach the yarn. Then yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And now you can trim it and just pull that yarn all the way through that loop. Okay, and you can knot this off and do that 3 times as always. And just weaving the ends in and out of the body. Just like this. And then once you're happy with that, just trim it close to the body. And then your loose bits. Okay, that's our first arm done. Now we're going to do the other one, and it's so counting from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, row 4, and I just line it up with this arm here, and I put my crochet hook into the body, and then I get my yarn, leaving a little bit of a tail, and I just hook it onto the hook, and then pull that back through the body. And then I get the tail and I just pull it right all the way through the loop, and then pull my hook back through the loop, and then pull tight. Now we're going to chain 5. So under the yarn, pull through the loop on your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skipping the stitches in the front, 4 or 5 stitches, and just line it up with this arm. So into the body, then yarn over, pull that loop back through the body, and yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. Now just turn your hook and you're going to crochet under the chain, and we're going to do 8 single crochets once again around the chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You may need more if you've got a thicker pencil. You don't want it too loose because it will stretch. More or less, it just depends on your pencil. Okay, we're going to attach it to the same stitch that we started with, into the body, pull that loop through, then yarn over. Sorry, pull that loop through, now yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, and then trim. And pull that end of the tail of the yarn all the way through that loop. And pull tight. Now knot it 3 times. 2 and 3, and then just weaving in the last 2 ends, and then we're done. It's so exciting at this point. Okay, once you've weaved in the ends, you can now trim it. And there we have Saltie the Croc pencil topper all finished. And he can now sit on a pencil, join his buddy. Hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial on making Saltie the Croc. Please check out all my other tutorials and my other Aussie Power collection. And I hope to see you again in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.